We got another tricky situation here, and this one's coming in from Peachy Lil. And the question is, I have a question regarding a potential submissive. I have someone who wants me to be his dominant. It's about owning him and his wife. Yeah, that's going to go over real well. He wants me to manage his finances, and while he would want me to drain him, he is not FemDom, he's into FemDom. He wants to serve me mostly and give money to some of my friends as well. He likes humiliation, being slapped, and cleaning the house. He wants me to write a contract. I was looking at your template, but our relationship doesn't seem to be sexual. He wants someone to have sex with his wife, but I'm not exactly having sex, just arranging things. I'm lost on writing a thorough contract and would love to know any pointers or advice, do's and don'ts in my particular case. Okay, I've got some points for you that I hope will help you out. But I really want to start with asking you some questions that maybe would help you get some clarity in this very interesting situation. I see red flags everywhere. Yeah, if the husband contacted a femdom, telling the femdom that he wants to serve the femdom, but he also wants the wife to have sex with other people, might be the most porn-driven question you've ever done on a live. Okay. They're saying it, not me. They're saying it, not me. How many times were the wife's desires mentioned? How many times were the wife's desires mentioned in this? 0. What desires? Yep. So here's the thing. Peachy Lil, this marriage has got some big issues. How much responsibility do you want to have in this toxic marriage? And how much responsibility do you want for when this marriage falls apart? Because it's on its way. And honestly, Peachy, I feel like your involvement will just be pushing this broken marriage over the cliff into oblivion. So, Peachy, you have to determine, do you want to be involved in that? Do you want to be involved in the demise of a marriage? Because that's what I see. Love you, girl. It's not on you. But if you step into this, how much of this do you want on your shoulders? It's already fucked up. Okay? Any husband that would contact a femdom saying, I want you to manage my finances. I want to serve you. I want to give money to your friends. I want to be humiliated by you. I want to be slapped. I want to do domestic chores, but no sex. But I want you to manage my wife's sexual partners, and I want my wife to have sex with other people. Do you see how this submissive is calling all of the shots? Do you see how the submissive is actually the one in power here? Do you see how patriarchy can be sneakily hidden behind feminization and submission? And it's not. It's actually more patriarchy. Oh, I'm just a submissive man. I'm just a submissive man. I'm not in charge of anything here. Yet I'm going to hire this woman to cater to these desires. I'm going to tell this woman how to control my wife to get my wife to have these desires. Are you kidding me? What about this is healthy? What about this is functional? What about this is life-giving? And what about this fosters intimacy and unity in that marriage? It should have been both parties' approach. That's the thing. If you have a super dominant husband and a super submissive husband and a super submissive wife, and y'all are just spinning your wheels together because you both can't lead and your finances are falling apart, y'all can't pay your bills. It sounds like y'all need reparenting and counseling before you fucking try to reach out for a femdom. It's like what we said last week. Sometimes when you're craving kink, you might just need a hug. Sometimes when you want to reach out for a femdom because you need structure and guidance in your life, you need to fucking grow up, go to therapy, reparent yourself, and learn how to take responsibility for your own shit. And stop labeling your dysfunction kink. Okay. If you choose to go down this path, I can't stop you. And I want to equip you with the best advice that I could give you if you continue going down this path, which I do not advise. If you continue going down this path, which I do not advise, my first thing is you really need to build relationship with the wife. Take some power away from the husband, build relationship with the wife. Figure out what the wife wants. Figure out how you could benefit her life. Figure out how she wants to be owned. And then you were talking about contract. I would take all the sections that you found in my contract template, because you will need all of those sections. But I would kind of create 3 distinct contracts with all of those sections. And you can keep out the sex stuff if it doesn't apply. But the first one, contract needs to be established. And you don't write this one, but you need to have it. A contract needs to be established between the husband and the wife, where it's very clear in writing what the husband and the wife are agreeing to, what the husband wants and what the wife wants. The boundaries for the husband and the boundaries for the wife. A contract between the husband and wife needs to be number 1. Number 2, you need a contract between the husband and you, the dominant. And you're also going to need a contract between the wife and you as the dominant. You're going to need to create 3 distinct contracts. And the first one between the husband and wife, you should not be there when they draft it. That is between the husband and the wife. And then they're going to bring this contract to you that they drafted, and then you're going to try to fill in your role with what they agreed upon. Do you see how crazy and complicated this gets? Why are you doing this? When you could just have an easier, single, submissive. Why are you engaging in this would be my question. Are you that desperate for clients? Are you that desperate for money? Because there's a lot going on here. And I do not foresee any of this going well. I don't foresee any of this going well. I foresee this having a very, very short shelf life and it exploding in your face and you losing this client anyway. So that's my advice to you. I love you. I'm not getting on your case, but you wanted my insight, my wisdom, my advice. There it is. There it is. I can't say that everything that we do or every perspective in the lifestyle is healthy, and I'm certainly not going to condone it. That's why I do things differently. That's why my videos are different. That's why I speak different, okay? Because I'm not going to subscribe that everything in the lifestyle, even if it's consensual, is healthy. Absolutely, I do not agree with that. And this is an example of why. All right. And that's a great question too. Do you even want to own a couple? And all that entails. I certainly wouldn't. But I'm not you. And that's why it's a kinky buffet. And child, if you want to go down this route, if you want to put this on your plate, that's your prerogative. All right.